Get you a corporate conversation now. We're in the middle of the earnings season and Hitachi Energy has reported a strong set of Q3 numbers. So if you take a look at it, you have the revenue which has jumped around 23%. The execution has been quite strong. The margin has also expanded to around 6.3%. We have the management with us. Mr. N. Venu is joining us. He's Managing Director and CEO at Hitachi Energy. Mr. Venu, thanks a lot for joining us. This is Pavitra. So, I want to begin by asking you. About the orders because I know for this quarter it's come in at around 1,235 crores. So, can you tell us what the total order book is at right now, and what is the kind of execution timeline that you expect? Because I am seeing quite a big backlog right now as well. So, what is the kind of timeline that you have for full FY24 and then FY25 as well?
So, thank you, Pavitra. So, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for having me in your show. And as you rightly said, we have a very strong quarter, is primarily driven by strong order execution, which pushed a revenue growth of 23% year on year. And as we have been continuously telling in your own show that, we have been putting a lot of efforts to improve sequentially on our margins. And that's what you have seen, the margin improvement of over 100 basis points compared to the last quarter. And also, several folds increase compared to the Y&Y in that. So we have a very strong order backlog of 7,500 crores, which has got a visibility of more than 22 months revenue in that. And in addition to that, we see a huge tailwinds on the market side. Both on the renewable, on the transmission, including HVDC, STATCOMs, and also on the electrification standpoint, which is the railways, which are our key market growths. And we see also very good pipeline in addition to the strong order backlog what we have, which we convert into the revenue over a period of time. But we also see a very good pipeline for order acquisitions in the near term to mid term in the both domestic as well as the export market. And as we are also continuously saying that our export strategy has been playing very well. Both we are continue to add more. Yeah.
No, I'm definitely seeing that in your numbers, but we would really like, if you could help us with some figures. You're saying that you're seeing strong visibility in terms of more orders coming in. So what is the target that you have with respect to order inflows? And also what part of it will get implemented and executed in FY24 and FY25?
Yeah. So as Pavitra, as you know, that we don't give a guidance in a long-term basis. What we have been saying that, we have various actions, initiatives, and that will take us to grow higher than the market. If the market is growing X and we would like to grow higher than the X, and that's what we have been proving over a period of time in the last several quarters. And you have been seeing how our order execution has been, which is converting into the revenue growth over a period of time. And also we said we have a strategy to take us, the company, to a double-digit operational EBITDA margin by, we would like to enter big end of the financial year 25, and you see the sequentially we are improving in the last 3 quarters, and we also see the same thing continuing in the next few quarters. We do have certain challenges on the supply chains, but I think company is taking a lot of actions to mitigate that.
Okay, Mr. Venu, I wanted to understand in that case, since you're talking about the pipeline looking strong and looking at double-digit margins as well by FY25, which of the segments will contribute? You did say that data centers and renewables significantly contributed to the orders, while transmission and rail segments remained flat. This is as per your press release. And the service orders were up 70% on a YY basis. Out of this, which is the highest margin segment for you, and which would be the biggest growth driver? If you can give us a split of where are you getting the maximum orders from right now?
So on the transmission flat is only for this quarter, but if you're really looking at an overall basis of a year-on-year basis, we see that the transmission has a huge pipeline. Going forward, we see a lot of HVDC projects have come for a bidding, and also the power quality projects, STATCOMs, where we have opened our manufacturing factory in Chennai. So all those things would get us in the near term order inflows. And on terms of the margin accretion, as we said, in addition to our growth, we also said the exports and the service are contributing both the top line as well as the bottom line standpoint. And this quarter, our exports are more than 30% of our total orders. And that's playing very well on that.
So you said 30% is from the export contribution, or 30% is the export growth? Can you clarify?
30% is export contribution of the total orders in this quarter.
And how much did exports grow in this quarter?
Exports have grown very high. It's almost close to 50% growth on the exports.
So do you expect this kind of export growth to sustain, or do you think it's going to get better than this? Can we expect it to remain in this 30% kind of contribution band? Because I think earlier you had mentioned that you wanted to stabilize closer to 25. So you wanted to go higher than that now?
No, what we are saying is that, we have a very clear strategy, and then as part of the strategy, 25% is what we see total export orders. And now we see a lot of tailwinds also coming in other markets. So, slowly over a period of time, we will probably move the needle from 25% to slightly higher up. In this quarter, 30%, but overall basis, if you take the 9 months period, we are still 25% of total orders.
Okay. Mr. Venu, we've been talking about rail stocks a lot, and you do have around 15 to 16% of your total order book coming in from railways. What kind of growth are we seeing there, and what is your market share in the rail segment? Is this a big one, and is this an opportunity that will be very big for you going forward?
It is. It is a very big and it's a very strong segment for us. And as you rightly said, right now we are in the range of 15 to 20%. It has a potential to take us our order inflows as part of the total orders anywhere between 20 to 25%. So we see a lot of rail projects coming. It's not only the metro projects, the high speed, semi-high speed, and also the fleet modernization. So all those things has an opportunity to position our product systems into those kind of things, and it has a very good visibility of pipelines.
Okay, got that. We leave it at that. Mr. Venu, thanks a lot for joining us and taking the time today to speak to us about your outlook. Today, Hitachi is down a little bit in trade, but it has done well. If you take a look at a 3-month chart, that stock is up around 32% on Hitachi Energy. We do need to get into a short break, but on the other side,